Yo, what's going on, guys? Trey back again here to bring in another video. So I thought I'd do another video talking about The Walking Dead because it's been a few days since I've done a Walking Dead video. 2 days? Roughly. 2 full days, about 72 hours since I've done, or 3 days, I guess, since I've done a Walking Dead video. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to have to throttle back on videos because I've got as I mentioned in one of my MMA videos, got a problem with my tooth. Got to get a root canal next week, so I'm on antibiotics and painkiller, this kind of stuff. Although I haven't taken the painkiller because I don't know. I guess my pride won't let me do it, so something weird like that. But anyway, so I don't know how many videos I'm going to be making the next week and a half. I'm going to try my best, but just doing my job and staying awake and stuff like that is hard enough as it is. So anyway, that's besides the point. You don't care about me. You care about The Walking Dead. That's why you're here, right? Of course. This one came as a video request from Convict817. He wrote this in my last Walking Dead video. He said, did Shane want Rick to kill him? Guys, please thumb this up so he can see this. And a lot of people did. A lot of people did. So this is an interesting topic. Did Shane want Rick to kill him? Because when you watch the episode Better Angels, especially the final scene, it seems like Shane is egging Rick on. He's saying things to try and make Rick angry, to try and make Rick raise his gun. But the fact of the matter is, if you're already, sort of in your mind figured out that you're just going to kill this person, like this is what you're going to do, just like Otis, you just do it. You just do it, right? You don't hesitate. You don't ask them to do something. You just do it. Like with Otis, what did he do? He said something like, hey, man, I'm sorry, or something. And then he looked around, and then he just shot him in the leg, right? Well, with Rick, he was asking him to raise his gun, and he was talking about, and then he put his arms out and wanted Rick to shoot him, and this kind of stuff. So, did he really want to kill Rick, or did he want Rick to kill him? Well, I think you can look at it two ways, pretty much. The first way is that he did want Rick to kill him because he was egging him on, he was talking him into it, he was telling him to raise his gun, all that kind of stuff. He put his gun back and said, come on, shoot me if you, I'll fight for him, this kind of stuff. And then he started talking shit to him, like basically saying that he was a better man and this kind of stuff for them and all this. And so you could look at it that way, that he did want Rick to shoot him and kill him. The other way you could look at it as is basically he did initially want to kill Rick. Rick's his best friend. So when it came time to actually do it, he couldn't really do it. He kind of hesitated, face to face. He looked at him and stuff, and he wanted Rick to shut up, but Rick was talking, and he just, he physically could not bring himself to do it. Which is kind of ironic because, all the time that he was talking about Randall and this kind of stuff with Rick and all that, he was kind of saying like, that he would, he's better at, doing what needs to be done for survival and this kind of stuff. And then it ends up being Rick, the one who kills him. So I think it's a very, very interesting topic of whether or not Shane, what his intentions were. It all comes down to what his intentions were. Were his intentions to kill him, and then what ended up happening was he just physically could not pull the trigger when it came time to do it, or maybe he was going to, but he just was hesitating because he was battling with himself to try and do it, but he couldn't, or was he trying to get Rick to kill him, or had he just lost his mind basically and just was making no damn sense. I think it leaves it open for interpretation from the viewer, and kind of, what way do you want to look at it? How do you want to view it? How do you want to see it? I mean, it's really up to the viewer in that situation. If you want to look at it as Shane was basically trying to get Rick to kill him because he lost the will to live. I mean, he was depressed. He was on his own all the time. You get to see in Better Angels. Is it Better Angels? No, 18 miles out, you get to see the walker in the field drifting along by himself, and on the way there, Shane sees him. On the way back, Shane, sees him, and he just kind of like stares at him for a bit, and that's to symbolize, how Shane feels like he's a loner, like he's separate from the group. He's not a part of the group. He doesn't feel like he belongs, like he's really part of that family now that Rick's back. And even like with Andrea, like he had a thing with Andrea, but then she's kind of with Dale, and then like, I don't know, he just for some reason didn't want to try for that, and instead he wanted to still stick around with the Lori and Carl thing because he'd grown attached. But yeah, I just think he felt like he was, on the outside there. He just felt like he was there, and maybe was really depressed, and maybe he did want Rick to kill him. And he did the best thing for the group, and he helped Rick become more hardened by doing that, and he did a lot of stuff for Rick and the other characters. He saved Carl and Lori a couple times. He saved Rick at least once or twice. And now he's gotten Rick to change who he is as a person, to become a better protector for Lori and Carl. So if you want to look at it that way, as it was a self-sacrifice to help out his best friend and the people he cares about, knowing that he can no longer be a part of that, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, you can look at it that way if you choose to. If you want to think he just lost his damn mind, or he was dying from like the infection from cutting himself, that's fine. If you just want to think he just lost it because of what Lori said, that's fine too. All of those wouldn't be wrong. Any of those would be right. So it's kind of however you want to look at it. Me personally, I think probably when I look at all the different options, maybe the best one is to think that Shane did it to, he did kind of want to kill him, but then when it came down to it, he just couldn't do it, and he decided to let Rick kill him, basically, and make the ultimate sacrifice and sort of commit suicide in that way, and also give Rick this gift to make him a better survivor in the world. Deep? I think so. Peace, guys.